Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this new video over here. So today I thought I'd do one of those interesting, exciting, whatever you want to call it, empties video. Products I have used up and which are lying around in my room because I wanted to film this video, basically. Now I decided to do this video now. Number one, because my box is full. And number two, because I am currently kind of in this decluttering mood. It's a new year. I do this every year around this time. Just decluttering, cleaning, throwing everything out I don't use, need, want anymore. And of course empty products which are just lying around because of me wanting to film a video like this is part of this. So here I am filming this video. Perfect time of the year actually. I think everybody should maybe take some time on a weekend and declutter, throw things out, and especially things like these because this is just place consuming without any use. So let's talk about them so that I can throw them away. Okay, so I'm going to start with the one thing that does not fit in this box anymore. This is a hairspray by Schwarzkopf. This is the Got2Be Too Sexy Big Volume Push Up Volumizing Hairspray. This is actually empty for a good year now. And like I said, all the products I have here are probably collected over the last year. So that's actually a perfect video for this time of the year. Products I used up in 2017 because we now have 2018. And I used up all these products in the last year, mainly. I think maybe there are even older ones in here. So yes, this is a hairspray which I really loved. I did not really purchase it, I didn't know why, probably because I have enough others which I really have to use up. But this is amazing. I love the smell. It smells a lot like, I don't know, no, I can't smell it anymore. Raspberries. It smells like these little raspberries yogurts. Fruchtzwerge they are called in Germany, and they are so good. It's mainly a children's yogurt. They are just this big, and this is how they smell. There are raspberry ones, and this smells like raspberries. And this holds very nicely. It's volumizing, which is not necessarily a thing I need, which I'm very lucky about, touch wood. But I remember this being very, very nice, and I remember very often standing in the store in front of the hairspray shelf and thinking about rebuying this, but always, oh god, not full, always think to myself, you have enough others, so you don't need this. But if you never tried it, do that, because I really, really love this. This is actually also a reason why I love empties videos so much, because you can really say something about a product because you used it over a longer time, and you really can say whether you liked it or disliked it because you know how hard it was to use it up. You know what I mean. Next, which is very, very sad, I have one of my all-time favorite hair products, which is the TIGI S-Factor Smoothing Lusterizer. And I already repurchased that. I have a new one. I think the packaging actually changed, the bottle not, but I think the logo. I think this, I already have the third bottle or something. The first one I already threw out. This is the second one. I think there's a teeny tiny bit left in it, which I'm always scraping out of the lid. So I'm going to keep that for a little longer probably. But this is my all-time, it's kind of a holy grail product. I use this after washing and before blow drying my hair in like towel dry hair. I use the tiniest amount. I need a little bit more because my hair is really long, but if you have average length hair, you do really not need a lot, but it makes your hair so nice and healthy looking and shiny and just so pretty. So I'm definitely going to repurchase that over and over again, always getting that on Feel Unique. Definitely going to leave the links down below when I find some, and they are very often on sale. I never got that in original pricing because it's really expensive. But you get one of these and you have very, very, very long of one bottle, at least 1 year, depending on how often you wash your hair and how much you use, of course. But definitely loving that, repurchase that twice, highly, highly recommended. Next thing I'm having here, it's definitely not in a particular order, just get the things out of the bottle, like just when they come. This is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Water, and this is the one for dry and sensitive skin. So the pink one, already purchased that. The second bottle I have is already nearly empty again. Really loving this. This is really not expensive. I think definitely below €5 in comparison to other micellar waters. Definitely affordable. Really loving this. Cannot use this really in winter. I realized when I use it too regularly throughout the winter, when my skin, or if you have dry and sensitive skin, then you know that the skin in winter is a lot more sensitive and definitely drier. And I realized that my skin does not get better when I use this in winter, or if I do, then I have to use a little bit more like night cream or night skin treatments. I don't know why. I have the feeling that it dries out the skin maybe a tiny bit too much, so I stay to more oily makeup removers in winter. But from, I think, maybe March at least until November, I use this. Really loving it. Takes off the makeup very nicely. I mainly use this to take off the makeup, and after that I use my cleanser. But I always have the feeling when I just use my cleanser, whether it is the Less Oil one or another foamy one by Body Shop I use, it just feels so strange if I use it directly on a full face of makeup. So I always wipe off my makeup first with a thing like this, with the micellar water or makeup wipes or something like that, and after that I cleanse my face. It's just the thing I feel most comfortable with, and I cannot imagine it to take all the makeup off if you put your oil or foam or whatever cleanser, your facial cleanser, right on top of a full face of makeup. I don't know, it's just makes no sense to me. That's a personal thing, but really loving this. There's also a oil micellar water, which is when it just stands on a shelf, it's like half maybe a quarter oil based, and the rest of it is the regular micellar water. You shake it up, and then it also removes waterproof makeup, because this one does actually quite a good job in removing everything, but of course waterproof makeup is easier removed with a oil cleanser. Really loving that. Try it out if you have not already. So not expensive. I really love it. Everything I had so far is pink. That's funny. Was not intended. Okay, next up I have a mascara, which I already have 2 Empties. Fun thing is, when they have stripes on the lid, it means that they are older ones. I already have one which is opened and another one which is originally packaged. So definitely going through many of these. This is definitely, it's like first half of 17, second half of 17. So you definitely go through one of these not too quickly. I really love that. The Lash Sensational mascara by Maybelline. It's just one of the mascaras I will always buy again. I always want one of them in my makeup bag wherever I go. I always will have one backup of these. I hope, I pray, please never discontinue this mascara. Definitely one of the best ones I had in the last years, or the best one I had since I am doing my makeup. Highly recommended, probably by everybody who uses it. Next, what do we have next? Oh yes, of course, I have here, this is empty for a very long time, the Clinique Smart SPF 15 Custom Repair Moisturiser. This is probably empty for over a year, and probably one of the first products which went in this little box. This was my moisturizer throughout the winter. Oh god, probably in 2015 or 16, so that's empty for a very long time. I really liked this. I do not remember that it was like, again, the Clinique Moisture Surge is one of those products you use once and want to rebuy all the time. I did not rebuy this because it was not that overwhelming or too convincing that I said, oh yes, I have to rebuy this. I have to get this again. I had this once, I liked it, I used it up on a regular basis. It was not like I said, oh, I have to use it up, it was expensive, I do not want to throw it away or something like that. I used it up because I liked it, but I did not have the feeling or the need to rebuy it. So I hope that says everything about this. Very nice product, but do not overwhelm me too much. Okay, next I have, oh yes, that's definitely something I really want to repurchase, but I cannot afford so far. This is the 100% empty, it looks like a new pot. Kiehls Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. I got this, actually this order also pretty long ago, in Stockholm on the airport, because it was cheaper there, of course. It was airport shopping. Everything is cheap on the airport. I really love this. This is amazing eye cream. Really nice and kind of cooling. It felt good. It was nice. I loved it. Used it on an everyday basis. Was very sad when it was empty. Going to repurchase that one day when I can afford it again, because that little pot, I think it's not too expensive, the little pot. Well, it is in comparison to other skincare brands, but Kiehls is not too cheap, but it's an amazing brand, so that's totally okay. But this little pot actually goes a long way, and I actually prefer going little pots and instead of big pots, because I always have the feeling you can only use this for 6 months, and I only need the teeny tiniest amount of it a day, and the little thing definitely was enough for half a year. So I don't know if I would get a big one. I recommend the smaller ones always, especially if you get this product for the first time and you don't want to throw away a huge pot of amazing product. So love this, highly recommend it, going to repurchase that ASAP. Okay, next thing I'm having here is a hair product again. This is by the brand TONI&GUY, and this is their Prep Heat Protectant Mist, Anti-Static Control. I really like this, definitely. I really have to get another heat protectant, and I really like that one. I did not really discover a change in my hair, which is probably a good thing because it did not get any dry or anything. Really like this. Maybe a little bit too expensive for what you get for it, but you also pay the brand. It's TONI&GUY. It's like buying Adidas sneakers in comparison to no-name sneakers. You pay the name. But I liked it. It's a good size if you take it with you somewhere. It's 150 milliliters. I had this for a pretty long time, so a good product. Very nice, but not too like, oh god, yes, you have to buy it. And I did not repurchase it, so much about that. Next, I have a Rituals product. I'm actually wondering why there are not more Rituals products in there, because I have so many. Probably because none of this is empty, because I have so many. This is a teeny tiny version of one of their foaming shower gel sensations. So this is Yogi Flow, Indian Rose and Sweet Almond. I think this was in a favorites video once on my channel, but that's definitely 2016 or earlier. Definitely loved this. I love all of their foaming shower gel sensations. I love the smell. The Indian Rose and Sweet Almond, it's a very nice, very sweet scent, but not too sweet, like an unbearable sweet. But if you're very sensitive when it comes to sweet scents, and the tiniest bit sweet is already too much, maybe not something for you. But I always say with products which are so heavily perfumed, like Ritual products, you really have to go to a store and test it yourself. Same thing I always say about Lush products and things like that, because they are smelling very strong. And if you're sensitive when it comes to scents and smells, I always recommend to going into a store and test it yourself, so you will find out if whether you like it or not. Really loving that. I always will recommend the foaming shower gel sensations by Rituals, because they make the skin so soft. It's such a nice feeling when you wash your body. Amazing to shave your whatever you want to shave on your body with. Really love this, highly recommend it. Okay, then I have this one here. Now this is the second or third one I had of this, and you see how much I loved it because I cut it open and tried to get every last little drop out of it. This is by the brand Weleda. I already repurchased it, like soothing almond facial cream thing. There are two actually. I think there is a like only a moisturizing cream, and then there is the other one. And if you have dry and sensitive skin in winter and you need a thicker, very strong cream, then I recommend not to get just the moisturizing cream, but the other one. and this is really, really nice in winter. I also have on my cheeks, this is, I do not wear any blush, by the way. This is my natural cheeks because I have, I think it's a Coupe Rose, which means that the skin is very, very thin and all the blood vessels and everything shows through. I do not have a very strong version of it, but I do have a very sensitive skin, especially on my cheeks, and I have to take care, very, very good care of those areas. And this is nice, and it helps me actually, and it's a good product. Not too cheap, but I think for this size, which is 30 milliliters, you pay around €10, which is, in comparison with other skincare products, really, really good. And this is a natural skincare brand. It's I think really only natural ingredients, and really highly recommend this whole brand, and especially this product because I know this product. That's the reason why I recommend this so much. So if you have dry and sensitive skin and do not know what to do with it, and are very maybe even desperate to find something, try this and let me know what you think, and I hope that it will help you. 2 more products. The first one is one of my all-time favorite concealers, which is the Wake Me Up concealer by Rimmel. I did not repurchase that, mainly because I cannot get it in Germany. That's actually the only reason, because Rimmel is not sold in Germany, and I have to get this one either on Unique or on Boots International, which is where I got this the first time. But I discovered a few other concealers in the meantime, because I could not get it very easily, and so that's the only reason why I did not repurchase it. But you can see I scraped the sides of it pretty much, so I really wanted to get the last bit out of it, and that definitely says that I love this concealer, so this is definitely highly recommended. Maybe not the highest coverage or best concealer ever, but I think it's very nice and affordable and a good product for the price. And then my last product for today is a powder. It's this one. It's the L'Oreal True Match powder, which I really liked. I think once in its existence it fell to the floor and broke, and I always try to still use it, but most of the time I just have to admit that it won't work, because a pressed powder is not a loose powder, and it just won't work the way it did once it is broken. But there wasn't a lot of product left, so that's not too bad. It is a very nice powder. I do not remember it to be the best powder I ever used, like I would with the Perfect Matte, where I also have somewhere a broken version, which is also Empties. I have the Rimmel Stay Matte and Transparent, which is also a case for this little Empties box. It's a nice powder, but I think the infallible there's an infallible version of the this kind of powder, which is a lot better. So it's a nice product, but I would not rebuy it, I think. So a few amazing products, a few ones which did not convince me too much, but I used them up anyways, because, you know, probably yourself how that is. Yes, that has been my video already for today. I hope that you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, and don't forget to leave me a comment on the last product you emptied and what you thought about it. Also, if you used any of the products I emptied and what you thought about them. And yes, I hope that you liked this video, and that I will see you in my next one next week. Take care and have a wonderful time. Bye!